I think the more you solo queue in this game, the more you realize what a struggle it's becoming now to even get the slightest amount of progress or even feel that you're actually gaining something from it. It's kind of insane, it really is, and in this video I'm not really gonna try either hate on the game or, just talk down on people or the community too much. At least from a community perspective, we can talk down on it because, yeah, there's toxicity always, that's always been a thing, but there's no need to dwell on it anyways, because my point is for this video is to kind of give you my perspective. It's to, I hope maybe you can relate to this point, maybe you can't relate to what I'm feeling right now, but my overall feeling from solo queuing, and I've only done like 3 episodes or 4 of solo queuing, and I've stopped for a while because I did a few more off camera, like off recording, and it's really not a fun experience. I think, first of all, a lot of people, the thing people don't really understand is that there has always been a consistent amount of toxicity in this community. It's not insane. I mean, I've always been of the opinion that there has been and there always will be a level of toxicity. I mean, that's a game kind of at this point needs toxicity to thrive, right? I mean, that's what it is now. But Rocket League is kind of consistent on that. And a lot of people start saying, like, recently, when I read some Reddit posts, very occasionally Rocket League, I don't really go on Reddit, but I see people say, is the game getting more toxic? Is the game getting worse? This is the game, guys. Nothing has really changed. This is the same amount of toxicity we had 7 years ago, if you were here. This is the same amount of toxicity we'll continue to have until Epic and Psyonix make this game gets a little more interesting, more entertaining, and it gets cracked down on people. I mean, obviously, when you report people, they're relatively swift with the banning and all that, but that's not the point of this video. The point is that solo queuing is kind of a toxic waste pit sometimes, and it's a little annoying to say because I actually enjoy solo queuing. I mean, I used to enjoy it more, and honestly, for the past few months, I've been just forced to. I think I've just taken off chat completely. I mean, even when I played with my friends, I just took off chat completely because you'll be laughing at how often I'll be in like a situation where I'm 3-1 down or 2-1 down with 2 minutes to go in a 3v3, and one of my teammates literally just starts raging in the chat, like just stands still in his car, types away at both of us. That's not the thing that gets to me personally. The thing that actually gets to me is that it legit ruins the experience for pretty much everyone. There's no longer a competitive game sometimes. You get people who are either just clowning about or are gaining absolutely nothing from being toxic, but that's not the whole point of this video. It's not to complain about toxicity. It's to complain about the fact that, in a way, you don't really get anything from solo queuing. You're actually better off to just train by yourself, then try find some people online you can play with comms, some microphone, no like quick chat, stuff like that, because it's so like when I make my videos about progression and how you can get better in the game, I hope you're playing with like teammates, right? I hope you're actually playing with people that you know, because you could not even apply half the tips I'll give in a solo queue. Like, same with me. I mean, I'll watch a video on how to defend or how to shoot better, things like that on Rocket League, rotations, blah blah blah. But there's no point at the end of the day to learn how to rotate properly if your teammates are literally going to be own goaling. The most ridiculous moments will be created through your teammates and through yourself, of course. I'm not saying it's teammates' fault only. It's a you problem as well to an extent, but the consistent toxicity, and I think the level of competition now, which is kind of bizarre because you get people who have either gotten stuck way too low in a rank or people who are stuck way too high. And believe me, you can actually rank up relatively easily to an extent because one bad teammate getting carried by 2 good teammates happens very often. That's not a problem for them. I mean, and a lot of people just do that anyways. But for me, the competition feels kind of ridiculous sometimes. I think when you have such a weird ranking system, and I call it weird because the MMR is just clearly ineffective. It's not as reliable to rely that you'll get a good teammate from the MMR and the ranking system in general. That's been discussed already, but after I made this video, I realized that a lot of the points I actually made are literally related directly to solo queuing. For example, a teammate problem, that's directly related and correlates to solo queuing, and why being a solo queue player is probably the most annoying, tedious, and dull experience sometimes to have, because you know what's going to happen. I think nowadays, if you go solo queue mid-champ or mid-diamond, you're going to win like 6 games, you'll lose 5 or you'll lose 4, and that's like a good day. Other days you'll win 5, you'll lose 6. It's the way, I guess it's like the way of nature now in Rocket League, because the problem is the more we talk about this and the less it's done. For example, the ranking system, because you need a more, I think, active MMR system, which will penalize you for really, really poor score after some point. Like you can't just be getting carried up to diamond or up to champ, and then you bring down your other teammates in really competitive games. That for me isn't really right, and that's not right on a lot of people who play this game consistently. And I'm speaking from, by the way, an outside perspective. I don't really play this game enough. Again, I don't speak like for pros. I don't speak for some of the casual players. But I just speak from a perspective of someone who is gonna stop solo queuing. I might at some point make another video just to express, some feelings actively, in practice. I'll be playing the game and I'll be telling you how I feel. But until then, and if that even happens, even if I'm feeling down to that, I don't see any point in me continuing playing 3v3s without obviously teammates I know and guys. Like, so obviously if I get some friends back into the game, I'll play the game, I'll enjoy it. I'll continue making videos obviously because I like the game as a whole. It's a very good idea, a very nice game in general. I've really enjoyed the game over the years of past. And I do like coaching as well, so that's another thing. I do still have the passion for the game, but the idea of me getting in a 3v3, I don't know if you guys relate to me on this, but the idea of me getting a 3v3 right now feels so exhausting. I'll play one casual here and there, 3v3 because nothing's on the line. But again, the game just feels so intrusive to play. It's so bizarre to see everything going on, the ball getting pinged around, no comms, just people ball rushing, ball chasing. That's fine though. I guess for lower ranks, I always understood that was going to be the case. Like, I expected people to ball chase a lot, and I knew that the higher up I got, surely the better the experience will be. Well, I was wrong. You don't really gain much from actually getting a higher rank. I think the more you gain, the thing you'll actually gain, sorry, be more accurate here, is you just gain more toxicity actually. I'm not even joking. I think more toxicity, higher competition, and you start, I guess, plateauing in the game the higher up you get. Obviously, there's a lot of ways to stop that. As I said, you can really go far in this game if you find good teammates. I always say this to people. I really think that solo queuing is not worth it. Of course, from a YouTube perspective and like making funny videos, like I can milk it to the bone, believe me. Not doing much, just doing some stupid edits and not really doing anything crazy, just showing my experience of solo queuing and not much more than that. I could do that. I could try milk that to the bone. The problem is though, I don't have it really in me. That's not a problem. I think it'd be boring content either way to see me play solo queue for like a month straight, and I don't have it in me either way. I prefer making coaching type content and provoking people to think differently in a game. I think that's more meaningful for people in the long term. But again, I don't want to, as I said, this shouldn't be bringing you down, or it shouldn't be creating a ridiculous amount of negativity around the game. I don't feel that negativity. I just feel that sure, one day I'll find some good teammates again, or my friends will actually come back to playing this game, and then I'll start playing the game again consistently. That's my thoughts. So it's not like, it's not like I'm trying to dump. I mean, obviously I'll keep speaking about Rocket League, right? I mean, I'm literally creating content every few days about Rocket League. Why would I not speak about it? And it is what it is. I think the game could be in better hands. It could have been, but as long as they don't like make the dumbest decision ever after that, the removal of trading, I think we'll be fine for the long term. I just think, don't expect anything crazy from Epic Games, but don't also, I think, out of necessity, hate on the game. I think there's a fine balance between hating the community and hating Rocket League. They're two different, like they're separate entities, believe me. Playing Rocket League with friends and having fun is way, way different as a universe compared to playing as a solo queuer and trying to enjoy the game. That's different. You can enjoy the game. I mean, I see people enjoy the game a lot, solo queue, but personally, I don't know. I'll step back for a while and I'll try get again better at the game, but we'll see how that goes. But besides all that, I appreciate you all for watching. I really, really enjoy, as I say, I do enjoy making these type of videos, purely because I do like sitting down and just speaking sometimes. I don't want to just always be playing actively and being free play speaking to you. I do like taking a step back, speaking about Rocket League, and I hopefully giving you a different perspective on the game and provoking your thoughts. But besides that, most importantly, have a good day, have a good one wherever you are.